So what is it about the vaccines that cause such adverse reactions? I mean, realistically, the number of reactions is not high, but as you mentioned earlier, if it's your child that's getting if it's your healthy child that's getting a reaction and potentially a terminal reaction, then you don't really want it happening to them. But what is it about the vaccines that are causing such reactions? What's in them that would?
Well, there's lots of things. There's lots of areas for potentially, for things to go wrong. For a start, a vaccine, when you get exposed to a disease, a bacteria or a virus, it's just the virus. That's it. A virus enters your body, it gets into your cells, it replicates in your cells, and when you reach a certain viral load, you develop symptoms, and then your body fights it off and so on. With a vaccine, first of all, virtually all vaccines bypass the primary immune system. So a lot of the diseases, infectious diseases, we breathe them in. So, and then they replicate. It might be in our throat or our nose or our digestive system like polio, etc. But we've got hairs and mucus in our nose. We have tonsils in the back of our throat. We have a gut that is really quite a harsh place to be. A lot of things don't survive our digestive systems. Our skin is our first immune response. That's the first thing that protects us. When you vaccinate, you bypass the whole lot and you go straight to the bloodstream. So that's one of the first problems. The second is that when to create enough vaccine to be commercially viable, you have to create enough bacteria or virus to put into the vaccines, whether it's a killed virus or attenuated vaccine where the strength of the pathogen is reduced, or whether it's killed, or if it's a live virus vaccine like measles, mumps, rubella, hepatitis A and chickenpox. Whatever it is, you have to create enough of the bacteria and enough of the virus. So what you have to do is find some culture to do that in. So viruses, for example, are cultured in cells from animals. It might be kidney cells from monkeys or rabbits. There's cells from a line developed from an aborted human fetus, 2 of them. That's chickenpox, rubella, hepatitis A, all come from aborted human cells. And from various different animals. Monkeys were one that were very commonly used because some viruses only replicate in certain species, so monkeys were very close to humans, and so diseases, can cross between the species. So, there has been a lot of contamination historically of vaccines. So vaccines potentially contain DNA from other animals. They also virtually all of them contain aluminium, which is a adjuvant, which is supposed to enhance the immune response, but aluminium is highly reactive and you can quite easily develop allergies to aluminium. We're not supposed to ingest aluminium direct into our bloodstream, and there's a lot of aluminium in some vaccines. There's formaldehyde in many of them. There used to be mercury, although that is now supposed to have been removed from all the childhood vaccines. There's antibiotics. Some vaccines are cultured in eggs, so children who are allergic to eggs could react. Vaccines are given very early in infancy before other antibiotics could possibly have been given for most children. So there's no way of knowing whether these children are going to react to antibiotics, because some people do quite badly. There's all sorts of things. There's a whole host of chemicals in many vaccines. So you're not just getting a bit of attenuated or killed virus or bacteria injected. There's everything else that goes with it. So these are the things that quite likely cause serious reactions. They certainly cause milder reactions like injection site pain and redness and swelling and fever and headaches and fatigue and vomiting and so on, all the way up to the really serious ones, including death.